How you guys doing?
Good.
Just get signed.
We can just get straight to the question. I know I had y'all guys waiting. I'm sorry about that, and appreciate you guys for waiting.
How much did Washington's defense, was that part of the reason you weren't throwing a lot of punches in the early round?
Yeah, you know, we knew that Washington would have a lot of adrenaline due to the fact that this is his first time fighting for a world title. So he came to prove something. You know, he had his family was his backbone. You know, and he was very excited. You could tell even in the press conference. You know, he showed emotion, and sometimes us being as men, we don't show emotion, especially fighters. So I knew that this opportunity meant a lot to him, and I knew that he was going to bring the best Gerald Washington that he could possibly bring. You know, that's with any fighter that fighting, they bring the best of them. You know, it's crazy because I see them fight other guys, and I see them fight me, and the difference is when guys come and fight me, they actually come and try to fight me. You know, and I think it's due to the WBC belt being the most prestigious, most well-known, most respected belt, and everybody wants to put their name on that belt.
How did your hand feel?
My hand feel wonderful, you know, so what the doctors told me is, you know, it lived up to what they said. You know, I'm very happy about that. And as you can see, I still have power in it. You know, no matter what round I go, I've been blessed with, like I said, Alabama country power, you know. So whether they go the first round or the 12th round, nobody's safe when they're in the ring with me.
Did he hurt you at all?
Not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all. You know, it was a patient fight. You know, we didn't want to do too much. The punch that we knocked him down with the 3-2, that's what we were working on in the back. You know, we had that in the camp, but we really was real specific about it in the dressing room. So I didn't want to do too much. I wanted to stay calm. As you can see, I didn't throw too many jabs, and the jabs that I did throw was more of a measurement. And when we knew that he couldn't go to his right. So when I did test the right and him moving to his left, it was all timing. It was all timing. I even looked to my girl and I told her, I'm like the kid. And you know, I delivered.
That was after the fourth round you're talking about, right? When you looked at the crowd and you said that?
I don't know what round it was.
After
No,
the knockdown, after the first knockdown. Is that
no, that was before any knockdown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was before anything happened. You know, I just knew he was wearing down. I could see it. I can tell his body language and all that. You know, once you become very experienced at what you do, you start to see signs. You know, when you start to see body language and different energy coming from the fighters, and I knew that it was coming, and that's why I said I'm about to get him.
Y'all stand in the fourth round, he threw a wild right, he got out of the way of the knees. And I thought then that, did you see something in that sequence that was indicating to you that he was going to be free for a shot?
Well, we know that sometimes when Gerald throws punches, that he brings it down to his hips as well too. I didn't captivate on it, you know, which I wasn't looking for. I wasn't looking for just a 1-2 or something like that. We was actually looking to set up for the 3-2, just exactly what I did. You know, that was what my main focus on. I think this fight I was just looking for the knockout punch. You know, we changed our whole game plan in the dressing room. Just last minute, changed the whole game plan and said he cannot go. He can, you know, cut him off at the right. You know, he can't. He can't go to the right. He can't go to the right. The 3-2 is going to be. Jay was telling me the 3-2 is going to be there, and in the dressing room we was warming up for the pass. The 3-2. That's what we were working on. So I was just waiting on that big moment. And to wait for the 3-2, and when it presented itself, I delivered it.
Oh, for the non-boxing people, 3-2 is a left hook, then a right hand that follows.
I mean, it's hard to be patient.
Yeah, baby.
Bro.
Yeah, man.
Do me a favor, right?
What's that?
When you get home, look at Tommy Hearns when he beat Capino Cuevas for the world title.
Okay.
And he measured him with the left hand and cracked it with the same right hand that you give
What you
Gerald.
saying?
Gerald was a young lion who was very motivated, and you fought him off of an injury. Like you took an undefeated guy off of an injury, man. Oh, snap! Gerald Washington, you wanted it, you got it!
Malik Scott, ladies and gentlemen.
My brother.
2 shows a night.
Hey, did you see Joseph Parker in the crowd?
I didn't see him in the crowd when I was fighting, but I saw him after and I greeted him, you know. And this is a gentleman's sport. This is what it's all about. Each other. It ain't all about one person being hostile to the other. It ain't all about this one yapping his gum just to try to make this one fight and stuff like that. You know, on the outside of the ring, I'm a gentleman. I've stated that many times, and on the inside of the ring, I'm the bronze bomber. On the bronze bomber, don't really care about nothing. No mercy, no pity. Just doing what his job is. I mean, this is the job that I signed up to do. It's not really a way of making a living, but it is a way of making a living. You know, if you understand those words. I'm in love with boxing. I love to do it, but I don't want to do it long. I think I got 10 years or less. I want to unify the division, defend it a couple of times, and I'm out of here. You know, it's just the thought of getting hit in the head by small gloves, or even if me knocking my guy out and just seeing him, or seeing his eyes go back, or seeing his legs shake, or something like that. You know, 2017, I really feel that I'm gonna really seriously injure someone to the point where they're gonna probably have to put a red tag on somebody's toe. And I really feel that way. Now, this is no joke. There's no joke. I really feel that way. I really, really, really feel that way. The more experience I get, the more dangerous I become. Well, thank you, Jay. I'm a very smart fighter in the ring. You know, sometimes it may not seem that way, but as you can see, when I first started and to where I am now, I'm very calm. I'm very calm and I'm very patient. And I set my opponents up, you know, and it's going to become very dangerous. We all know that, like I said, from within the first round or the 12th round, I'm very dangerous. I can get a guy out anytime, especially when that right hand lands. And we can see that it's still strong and it's only going to get better. The only thing I think I regret in this fight, I wouldn't say regret. I wouldn't say it was regret. I said, well, only thing that, sorry, I'm going to put it.
Take your time, baby.
Yeah, you know, because I don't regret it.
Take your time.
I wanted to display more with the left hand, the hooks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I didn't do it this time. Like I said, we changed the last minute up. We changed up our approach at the last minute, and it was mostly set up for the 3-2.
How did the power lock gloves work for you?
I always was a fan of the power locks, but when the raised gloves came and I seen that it had less padding and I knew I was a puncher, because that's a puncher glove, I fell in love with it as well too. But knowing that I got way too much power for that glove, I had to go back to the power lock, and I think that's where I'm gonna stay at.
Did you challenge Parker? And I mean, obviously your ultimate goal is to unify the titles this year. So what's next for you?
Yeah, most definitely, to unify. That's what I'm saying. You know, to unify the division. That's who I want next, Joseph Parker. And you know, I'm a gentleman. Like I said, I don't mean to be disrespectful to nobody, especially outside of the ring. It ain't all about that. That ain't how you get fights. The fighters nowadays think that to get a fight, you gotta rough talk or rough them up or get in your face and stuff like that. Why not just be two gentlemen, shake hands, hey, I wanna fight you already. Just like I gave Gerald Washington an opportunity. Because of his gentlemanship outside of the ring, that right there was so freshen to me, you know, that wanted me to give him that opportunity. And that's what it's all about. This sport is all about being a gentleman and doing it the right way. Now in the press conference, of course, everybody wants to see confrontation and stuff like that. But I like to see where everybody just gentlemen, you know what I mean? Because people stereotype fighters all the time. They think we're mean, they think we're abusive, they think that we do so many crazy things, our lifestyle is so crazy, but it's not. It's not that way, especially not my life. You know, I can't turn up when I need be. But, you know, at the time, I'm just a laid-back guy, very respectful, and, you know, to those that respect me, you know, so that's just how it should be. I think that makes the beautiful part of the sport.
Is it difficult to be patient when you have a plan like that in a fight?
Say that one more
Is it
time.
difficult for you to be patient when you have a plan like that, going in a fight like this?
What type of plan?
Just when there's like, when you said you kind of wanted to wait for your spot,
Mm-hmm.
are there times where just, you know, your aggression maybe sometimes could get the best of you and you want to try to go outside the plan?
Sometimes you may see a look in the fight that you want to take that approach, and sometimes you do. And sometimes I lose patience at times, but I have more patience than I don't. You know, over the years, I've grown a lot of patience just to sit back and just wait for the opportunity. You know, I've always, when I first came out, I always felt like I need to entertain the crowd. I don't want people to be bored, and I don't want them, you know, because sometimes you hear people, sometimes you don't. And, you know, my focus, when I'm focused, I'm focused. I don't hear nothing. I don't see nothing but my opponent. And but sometimes when I'm at home, it's always the hardest when I'm at home, because I hear my name so much and it sounds so good, and I can hear the kids, I can hear the, you know, and my love and my heart is for kids, all walks of life. You know, I love kids, and I hear Pom Squad, you know, different little things, and sometimes that even more like, all right, let me try something, let me get something, you know, and but sometimes if you make the wrong move, that could be you, you know, and Washington was just as tall and long as me, so if I made the wrong move, I could have been the one on the ground, so.
Just for J and
Do
D,
you think that,
you guys
you went-
worked in a camp.
Joseph Parker came here to see you ringside tonight.
Correct.
Are you at all interested, or do you think you would consider going to his fight against Huey Fury in May in New Zealand?
Would I be interested in?
You know, if you make a deal, maybe you would obviously hype it up a bit.
Oh,
see
I
it.
mean, hey, if we made a deal, of course I'm there. You know, if we made a deal, I'm there. But I think my people and Joseph Parker people know what each other wants. You know, and I want to unify. Like I said, I think it's a great idea that I had the WBO, WBC. He has the WBO. Me and him fight each other to unify those belts. Klitschko, Joshua fighting. They have the IBF add on with the WBA. So whoever wins that, they have 2 belts. And at the end of the year, you have 2 and 2, and you combine them together. It's a brilliant fight, you know. It's a brilliant idea to have 2 and 2 and combine them once and for all to unify the division.
Couple more questions.
Right here.
Just for J and D, you guys had a training camp, obviously. What caused you to change your strategy in the dressing room before the fight?
Well, we were just so adamant about the of him moving to, you know, cutting off his right side. You know, we knew that was his weak spot. We knew that he couldn't take body shots, and we knew that he could move to his right side. You know, and why not? You know, I said I wanted to get in and get out, and what round was it? The 4th? Fifth. So you know, it's shorter than what I'm usually going now. You know. So we was real specific about that in the gym, and in the back in the dressing room, and it stuck with me. So I didn't want to really do too much. I didn't want to take any big chances or nothing like that. You know, I was real focused on the 3-2, and you know, it played out in our favor tonight.
Well,
Deontay, you say you don't wait a second, Jay. Jay's got to answer.
We do really long scouting reports on our opponents, very psychological all the way down to physical and strategic. And then we narrow it down to like 3 or 4 things that we really think we can capitalize on, that we can, and then as we come on to it, and watching Deontay in the dressing room and the way he was turning his hips with the hook, and especially and then turning it right back to the right hand, it just kind of hit. He felt it. I saw it, and thought, okay, that's the move. You get Gerald moving to Gerald's right, which he doesn't do as well, and then come left hook, right hand. That would be the way to go. That would be something that we thought we could be successful at. Of course, seeing it and doing it are 2 different things. He's the one that's got to execute it. And he's the one that's got to find the right moment, and it's not the same from the outside as it is on the inside. So I give all credit to Deontay for seeing it and executing it at the right time, because there has to be a right time or it won't be effective. But that's what it was. We just kind of zeroed in on that one thing is what we really felt.
Did you get a chance to see any of that first heavyweight fight, Brazil?
I did. I think it was a very exciting fight. I think that was Izu? Izu. Yeah, I think Izu. I think that because of it was his American debut, that he really wanted to impress the crowd, and I think he really drained himself You know, he used too much energy that he really didn't need to use. You know, sometimes when you come over America, no matter where you are in the world, you know, no matter what the hype is, you know, in your country, when you come to America, that's where you gotta make it here in America, you know, for boxing and stuff like that. And I think, you know, when these fighters come over here, they wanna make a great impression because this is America, you know, and I think that, he wasted a lot of energy that he didn't need to waste. And for that reason, that was the outcome.
After your fight, you were mad at Brazil. What was your issue with him?
Well, you know, the thing about, I'm a very respectful person. And when you come to my home, you're gonna respect me as well too. He had an altercation with my little brother, and you don't mess with my little brother. If you have a problem, you come to me, and we can handle it, we can deal with it accordingly. So with that, I got a problem with him. And it ain't no problem that I wanna see him in the ring, you know? So, I'll see him.
When did that happen?
Deontay,
Last one. Go ahead.
you spoke about, you know, you obviously getting better, and you proved that with the knockout, doing it in shorter time. But on the scorecards, you were down. Are you afraid that this new counter-punching style could have you in a bigger fight, in a deficit in terms of cards?
No, not really. I don't care about being down on the cards. You know, when like I said, I got God-given power. So any given time, I'm gonna get them out of there. You know, any given time. That's the I guess that's the perks that I have with other fighters. You know, if I get too far behind, then I'll take my appropriate measures to that. But I'm not worried about the cards. I'm not worried about being down and stuff like that, especially in the early rounds and stuff like that. When my corner said, when my corner feels like I need to up the pace and do more, then I will do more. But for now, you know, I just go in there and take my time and do what I gotta do. I'm not worried about it. I know these guys are gonna tire out eventually, and then that big shot is gonna come, and I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna capitalize on it.
You know, an interesting statistic in the history of boxing, no heavyweight champion has had the knockout ratio that Deontay has at this point in his career, which is 97.4%.
The power is real.
The power is indeed real.
We're gonna see you again. As the guy that holds the mitts, I can tell you, I'm one of 4 guys that holds mitts. He's the only guy in the world that has 4 mitt men because of the damage he's done. He hit me up under the body protector, and I had to have hernia surgery. He dislocated Coach Cuz's thumb. He dislocated Mark Breland's shoulder. So it is for real, trust me. And that's with 20-ounce gloves on.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
We'll definitely do better.